Hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to be doing a special flight. It's the last and final flight of Lynx Air. Now this happened a long time ago, but I decided to do it now. We're going to be taking the 737 MAX 8 as Lynx Air, also known as Dauntless by its call sign, from Vancouver to Calgary. As you guys can see, boarding is just about to finish up. All we got to do is hop on the flight deck and start up the APU, call ground for push, and get on out of here and make our way to Calgary. Now the weather there, it's snowy and cold, so it's nice blue sky, warm in Vancouver, and we'll be arriving in some nice cold, snowy weather. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we're on the flight deck here. Everything is looking good. All we got to do is just take a look up top here. We can turn our yaw damper on, and we got weight and everything set with the autopilot, so that should go off. Everything else looks good. We'll get our APU started, and we'll throw that APU bleed on. Everything else is looking good for up top here. We can take a look at our fuel. 12.6 thousand pounds of fuel on this flight to Calgary. Should be about an hour and 10 minutes, not too long. Let's also get our transponder code set. Of course, it says TCAS standby all the time. And then everything else is looking good, so we can call up ground and actually get our pushback tug connected and head on out of here very soon. All right, parking brake is released. That's checked. We can turn packs off. APU bleed is on. And beacon light on, and engine 2 to ground. Watch our engines when we wait for the motoring, and then we'll start engine 2. There's motoring, and start engine 2. All right, parking brake is set, tow is disconnecting, and we got engine 1 starting up, so that looks good as well. All right, both engines started up nicely. That looks good there. Up top, that will flip eventually soon. Let's get our flaps 5 in. All right, we got our generators on. APU gen is off. APU is off, and APU bleed off packs are on. All that looks good up top. We'll turn our taxi light on. Engine's continuous. That all looks good there. And I think we are good for taxi. Actually, before we do it, we'll do a quick flight control test. We'll go to Systems. Left aileron. Right aileron. Full down. Full up. Left rudder. Right rudder. Controls are free. That looks good there. We can go back to the full screen on that. Since that looks good and everything else looks good here, our trim is 6.32. I think it automatically sets it, but we can put it about there. Should be good. And we'll start a taxi now to runway 26 left for departure out of Vancouver. All right, we are approaching the runway here. We'll take a look up top, turn our landing lights on all the way. Runway turnoffs on, ping the cabin. Strobe light on, wing light on. That all looks good there. Up top looks good. Everything up there looks good. This all looks good. Entering the runway, flaps 5 set, auto brakes RTO, LNAV, VNAV. We are good for departure. 26 left out of Vancouver here, guys. gotta remember to start the clock. I always forget to start the clock to get an exact flight time estimate. All right. Give some power there. Nose down, toga, and clock. There we go. Takeoff power set. $80 knots. And rotate. Beautiful rotation off the runway there. Positive rate, gear coming up. And beautiful climb out on the departure here. Beautiful rotation out. All the flight directors here. And vector to get a 3,000 feet roughly, and then we'll turn left and make our way to our first waypoint. Following our flight plan, which is DAPED, is our first waypoint. All right, autopilot engage. There we go, autopilot engaged. Go flaps 1. We'll zoom out a little bit too so we can see our flight plan. And we'll go legs, DAPED, pull it here, execute. There'll be a right turn out. And we can go flaps up as well. Taxi light can go off as well. And auto brake can go to the off position. We'll continue our climb out here out of Vancouver. One thing I really like about this CYVR 4 departure off of 26 left, after we depart and then once we get to 3,000 feet, we start a right-hand turn. We fly over, sometimes we'll fly over the airport. If you're going towards Edmonton, you'll directly fly over downtown Vancouver, which is pretty cool. So we'll probably actually fly over Vancouver area, but not over downtown Vancouver exactly. But if we're going more north towards Edmonton, we'd fly directly over, which is really cool scenery. And there we go, passing 10,000 feet, so the nose will lower and speed will increase, which indicates us to turn off our landing lights, runway turnoffs, and wing light. It is pretty calm, no turbulence, so we're also going to turn off our seatbelt sign too. Trim wheel was going crazy there. All right, but there you have it. Lights that we want off are off, and seatbelt sign will be off because we're above 10,000 feet, and it's a very calm departure out, which is nice as well. So everything up top looks good, fuel's looking good, our flight plan's looking good. Our top of descent isn't until, I think, just before Menbo waypoint, slightly before that. Which actually, if you zoom out, top of descent, yeah, just before Menbo there, so that's looking good as well. But for now, we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the climb out as we make our way up to flight level 390 for this flight to Calgary. All right, we are at our cruise altitude now, flight level 390. Everything's looking good. Very calm flight as of right now. Maybe when we get over the Rockies, it might be a little bit different, but right now it's still pretty good. LNAV, VNAV, autopilot looking good, fuel looking good. Our flight plan's looking good. We'll get our initial reference and all that set up just before our top of descent. and everything up top looks good too. So all nice and calm here at flight 390, and we'll stay at 390 until our top of descent into Calgary. All right, we are coming up to our top of descent. We're going to hit 6,000 feet, so hold it like this. Altimeter is set for when we have to go past 18,000. Entering the glide slope is around 6,000 feet. So we're going to put 6,000 feet in the MCP here, and then we are going to click descend. And now the aircraft will start its descent. And now we are going to make our way on down. We'll have to bring the speed brake out a little bit here so we can stay on path. It's going to always be like this, and then it nosedives. That's just the iFly Max 8 for you in the VNav. But as you guys see, we are starting our descent into Calgary. I put 6,000 in the MCP altitude because that's what we want to come up to get the ILS approach 35 right. Now everything's looking good still, so it should be okay. But we will continue our descent here. Everything's looking good. Up top looks good. We'll keep our seatbelt sign on until we're below 10,000 feet. Fuel and everything also looks good. Initial reference, we'll do this now. It probably will change, and it might be less there, as well as changing our frequency. We'll do that just before we go below 10,000 as well. Now everything's looking good, so we will just continue our descent here and make our way on down to 6,000 feet for that ILS approach into Calgary for runway 35 right. All right, we are coming up to our 10,000 foot mark. There we go, 10,000 feet. We'll turn our landing lights on, runway turnoffs, and wing light there. X light we won't turn on until gear is down. Seatbelt sign can go on. We'll look at our initial reference because it's probably changed. Nope, still 138. That's good there. We'll set our ILS up 110. I think 75 it said. Correct, 11075. We'll flip that now. We'll show up in here, but we're gonna wait until we're on final to switch into ILS, and then 345 on the course. ILS is set up there. We'll continue making our way on down here. I wonder if the live weather is even working properly because I don't see any snow, but that's okay. Was a little bit turbulent exiting the Rocky Mountains there, but now we're on our left down one here. I'll be getting ready for the approach here into Calgary here very shortly. All right, we'll click localizer. There we go, localizer grabbed. And localizer is on. We'll go flaps 2 and get the aircraft configured for landing on runway 35 right. Everything's looking good. We'll out hold as well, which is pretty much right there, 6,000 feet. Entering the ILS approach here very nicely. We'll hit approach mode as well because glide slope will be coming up here very shortly. I'll throw the gear down here very soon too, at 10 nautical miles gear down and 180 on the speed. Actually, we'll throw gear down now. Gear coming down. Turn on our taxi light. Ping the cabin. And we'll go flaps 5 now. Make sure I clicked approach mode before because I knew I'm going to forget probably. I'll get very close to forgetting. All right, approach coming up. We're going to go to our final approach speed now, which is 143. I'm going to go flaps 30.
1,000.
Checked, and autopilot disengage. Ground control. We do have a little bit of a tailwind, even though it said this runway was fine to land on, so I don't know all about why that's giving us issues. It should be okay. And auto throttle disengage as well. I have controlled the auto throttles. Enjoy the landing, everybody.
$500. $400.
Glide slow. Glide
300.
slow.
200.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
100.
Glide slow.
50, 40,
Glide
30,
slow.
20, 10.
And touch on a little bit of a float there. Reversers. And nose down. 2 in reversers. Reverse green. A little bit of a float there, but still in the touchdown zone, landing into Calgary. And tap the brakes and stow the reversers. Welcome to Calgary, everybody. Take the exit right here and stop the clock. Clean up the aircraft, get our flaps up. Get all our lights off. There we go, and we can start the APU. There we go, and get the APU bleed on. There we go. Auto brakes can also go off. And we will make our way to our gate, deboard the aircraft. All right, we are approaching our gate, so we'll turn our taxi light off. Our gate should be this one right here. And we'll stop right there. Parking brake set. APU is running. APU gen's running. That looks good up top. Engine 1, engine 2 off, and that looks good. Welcome to Calgary, everybody. Nice, calm flight over, flying the MAX 8 as Lynx Air from Vancouver to Calgary. We will call up ground now and deboard the aircraft. All right, and there you have it, guys. That is the flight from Vancouver to Calgary with the iFly MAX 8 as Lynx Air, as Dauntless 107, which is the final and last call sign this aircraft flew before it ceased operations in, I think, 2022. Nice calm flight, like I said, over about an hour and 5 minutes, I think it said on the clock there. So pretty speedy flight from Vancouver to Calgary. As you guys can see, the aircraft is deboarding. Cargo and passengers are getting off the aircraft. So like I said, that's going to do it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.